Welcome to Stem Cell Activators with Dr. Joseph Christiano. Dr. Joe is a naturopathic doctor with over 45 years of experience in natural health. Each show is about one of our 27 different stem cell activators, and today's show will be focusing on the activator for kidneys. Listen and discover how stem cell activators are helping people enjoy a greater quality of life.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joe Christiano and welcome to my show. I'm so glad you tuned in. Listen, if you're dealing with health issues, this is the show for you. As a naturopathic physician, I have this passion to help people be healthy. And through the years, I mean many years, I've really done research and studies on how to get to the root cause of the problem. You know, in medicine or science, we deal with our conditions, our health, through medications. And unfortunately, the best we're ever going to get out of medications is managing the symptoms. I guarantee you that if you've been on blood pressure medicine with say 5, 10, 15 years and you get off, your blood pressure is still going to be elevated. And the question is, why? I'm taking medication. You say, well, it's managing it, but it's not fixing it. There's an underlying condition or conditions, we call it the root cause, that is contributing to that. And if it's not eradicated, it's going to get worse. So in my research over the years and personal application, I came across stem cell activators. And the stem cell activators is certainly what my shows are about because they're cutting edge. They're really futuristic, even though I've been dealing with people and their conditions with the stem cell activators for over 8 years. They're relatively new. In fact, we have patients that do really well. They go back to their doctor or their physician and they see an improvement in their condition. They go, what are you doing? And they go, well, I'm taking stem cell activators. And the doctor returns and goes, I never heard of them. So you're really getting some inside information here that can help you should you have a chronic condition or injury or chronic pain or things like that. So what we're going to do in this show is I'm going to read a couple of testimonials of people, real people that have gone through their conditions and have wonderful success taking the stem cell activators. And then later in the show, my wife Lori is going to join me and we're going to really delve into the kidney. We're going to target just the kidney, the stem cell activator for the kidney, and a lot of great information, included some testimonials. But before we get there, let me read a couple to you and just listen, see if you can relate to this or at least hear what this person has gone through. This is Terry from California. She's dealing with eyes and glaucoma. So the stem cell activator that she took was for the central nervous system. Here's what she said. Been dealing with glaucoma for over 5 years, and it scared me when the doctor said I was going blind. You know, right there alone is enough to scare me to think about, I'm under the care of a physician, and I'm not saying anything against doctors, but after 5 years, nothing obviously has improved, and I'm getting worse, and it looks like I'm going to become blind. I would be asking myself, is there anything more I can do? Because what I'm doing, what I'm taking isn't helping. And that's something you want to consider with your condition. The pressure in the eye. My pressure had been up to 41 in her eyes, where the normal range is up to 22. Okay? Anywhere between 21 or 22. I had a doctor's appointment to recheck my eyes, and I was so nervous to even go and find out what was going on. I even called your office, and the woman encouraged me to go and find out the number to see where I'm at and not to worry. You see, what we tell all of our patients is, listen, if you're under the care of a physician, ideally, if you're dealing with diabetes, if you're dealing with blood pressure, whatever you're dealing with, get some labs done. Get some current monitoring of where you're at so that once you start the activators, you can then maybe 6 weeks, maybe 3 months later, 90 days later, have another blood draw or go to the labs and then compare. That way you can monitor your success and you know if you're heading in the right direction and how your body's responding. It's just another great way of taking care of your health. And so she goes on and says this here. She goes, after being on CNSE, that's that activator, for only 3 weeks, I went and found out my right eye is now at 19, and my left eye is at 21. Now think about this. She's dealing with glaucoma and the possibility of going and becoming blind for 5 years now. And in 3 weeks, she takes the stem cell activator for her eyes or for the central nervous system, and the pressure that's in her eyes drops 50% back down into the normal range. And you compare that to what she was doing, and it's obvious the stem cell activator was going to the root cause. And what I want you to know is these are not stem cells. These are the activators. The stem cells are designed to heal your body and repair damaged tissue and cells. And I'll get into this later. But the stem cell activators do not heal, they don't cure, but they're like a catalyst that helps your body return to doing its job, and that is to heal itself, because our bodies were designed to heal themselves. But unfortunately, disease and the wrong protocols and lifestyle, poor lifestyle practices hinders our body from healing, and we remain sickly. That's why the medical community and pharmaceuticals is such a multi-trillion-dollar business, because we're treating symptoms and not going to the root cause. So this is in part why I do what I do, because in your arsenal of protocols to get well, to enjoy your life, you might be limited if you're only going with conventional medicine protocols. But now you can take advantage of the stem cell activators that are appropriate for you. And when I say that, there's 27 different activators that apply to 27 different areas of your body. In fact, right now, I want to just write this down. My phone number, 1-800-259-2639, 1-800-259-2639. And you're going to talk to one of my body redesigning angels. I tell you what, they will take very good care of you. Or you can go to the website, bodyredesigning.com, bodyredesigning.com. And when you check in, remember we have 27 different stem cell activators to help you with your health. Listen, let's take a look at another testimonial, a little different. These are random testimonials. They have nothing to do with the kidneys that we're going to talk about later. But nevertheless, these are real people like you and I that have issues with their health and found the remedy. This is Tomasa from Houston, Texas, and she's dealing with nerves, but not the central nervous system, but peripheral nerves. I have had neuropathy for over 5 years with very sore feet, numb and freezing. Neuropathy is damage to the neurons in our nervous system, and people that experience that have very, very painful feet. In fact, you could be walking barefoot in the house and feel like you're walking on glass. And it's very, very painful, and in some cases, the circulation is hampered and your feet are cold, and it's just a very, very painful condition to try to enjoy a normal life. Anyway, she goes on and says, I could not, she says, my husband has to rub my feet every night because they're so cold. I can't imagine that. I could not keep up with him walking, feeling so miserable. You know, when I think about this person, her and her husband, part of their lifestyle is going for walks. And healthy lifestyle practices are so important for our overall health, but she couldn't keep up with them because of the pain. She goes on and says, I've been only on the CNSN for 1 bottle. So she took only 1 bottle. She goes, I can feel my feet, no longer freezing, and I can keep up with my husband walking. I am so happy. On Mother's Day, I actually bought 13 pairs of high heels. I'm getting the rest of my life back. I'm telling everybody about these. Thank you, Dr. Joe. Now, I can't guarantee you that if you have success with the stem cell activators that you're going to go out and buy 13 pairs of shoes. But the whole idea is, if you don't try them, you'll never know, the benefit that some people are having. Now, these testimonials are people that experience really positive results. I think near miraculous results, having a condition for 5 years and in 1 month or less had an improvement. And to me, that's near miraculous. So going to the root cause is really, to me, so important. And the stem cell activators are really doing that for so many people, and hopefully you'll take advantage of that. Listen, we're going to cut away to that portion of the show where Lori, my wife, my beautiful wife, and I are going to break down the kidneys, dealing with kidneys and related issues, as well as the practical applications of the activator for the kidneys and other testimonials. But you need to understand this here going into that our stem cells, and I'm not talking about embryonic, but rather the adult stem cells that you and I were given at birth, are designed to repair and heal the body. It's a phenomenon that takes place. It's called differentiation and all that. And basically all that is your stem cells, if you injure yourself, or when you injure yourself, or if you have kidney failure or lung issues or heart issues, your stem cells are released in the body, and they become that particular tissue, and that's how that tissue or organ heals. So the body has been designed to heal itself. But like I say, sometimes our lifestyle, sometimes trauma in our life, pollutants and things like that destroy the stem cells' ability to heal. And so now we're experiencing these nagging conditions. And so as that condition is prolonged, it gets worse, it becomes chronic. And now, like I mentioned all the time, we turn to medications to treat the symptoms, but the condition's getting worse. But now when you take the stem cell activator, when you take this, again, this is not a stem cell, it's an activator, these kind of like turn on your stem cells that are not functioning. Stem cells communicate between each other. They tell each one what to do. And that's how the body heals itself. It's a miraculous mechanism for healing, but it's natural. So our stem cell activators go in, you take them according to a direction, and we'll share that in a few minutes. And the body then starts to repair itself because the stem cell activator rejuvenates your stem cells, getting them back up to normal function where they're communicating, and then they do their job and that starts to heal. So when you're thinking about the condition you're dealing with, what you're taking, how long you've been taking the medications, what protocols you're on, and looking at how long you've been dealing with this, like the testimonials I read for 5 years and no improvement, you got to scratch your head and start thinking, maybe there is something that's more available. Now, these are very, very cutting edge. Even though I've been offering them for over 8 years, most doctors don't know about it. So I would be very surprised if your doctor said, oh yeah, I take them. But what they always say when they get reports like this, what are you doing? What is it you're taking? And they say, I'm taking stem cell activators for the condition. And the answer is, keep doing what you're doing. I need to take a minute now and let you know how to get a hold of me. You can call my home office at 1-800-259-2639. That's 1-800-259-2639. Or go to my website at bodyredesigning.com. That's bodyredesigning.com. And when you check in, remember we have 27 different stem cell activators to help you with your health. Now, let's cut away. Lori and I got a lot of good information for you, so sit back and enjoy. Hey, Dr. Joe Christiano here. Along with me is my beautiful wife, Lori.
Hi.
How you doing, babe? Good?
Hi.
Hey, listen, we're talking about kidneys today. And we're talking about people that have kidney issues, kidney disease, failing kidneys, and related conditions. And today we're going to pinpoint what we feel is a remedy or potential remedy to handle the root cause. Because you know as well as I do, when we're dealing with a condition or conditions, we're generally looking at, symptoms. You go to the doctor and, tell me your problem, Mary. Well, I have this and I have this and I feel this. They take some tests and, the blood pressure's up and, it's symptoms. Mm-hmm. And so in conventional medicine, what takes place is we're going to look at the symptoms and then we're going to manage them. Mm-hmm. The only problem with that is there's a root cause or root causes. And if you don't address the root cause, even though you're handling the symptoms or managing them, the root cause is getting your body in worse condition. Mm-hmm. We refer to as a chronic condition or a nagging condition. It seems like it won't go away, but kidneys are so important to our overall health and filtering the body. It's our filter, our major primary filtering machine. So what happens when the filtering mechanism is no longer filtering, and that is filtering toxins and eliminating them from the body, they back up. Mm-hmm. They overload the kidneys, but they also back up, and the toxins start to go throughout the body, and now you become extremely toxic. And we know that toxicity is really a hampering mechanism for your healing and my healing. Lori, why don't you share some of those possible applications?
As we tell people, there's so much the kidney affects in the body that you'll be surprised when I read the possible applications for the kidney activator, what it can help with. Kidney, KDN, it helps regulate intercellular communication and support cellular and tissue regeneration in the kidneys, enhances fluid regulation and detoxification, and these are the possible applications. It helps with toxicosis, degenerative and pathological kidney conditions, nephrosis, which is protein in the urine. It helps with low blood protein levels, high cholesterol levels. It helps with high blood pressure, swelling, chronic anemia, chronic fatigue, recurrent kidney infections, dialysis support, edema, which is swelling, where it goes down to the
water
legs
retention,
and water
yes.
retention, etc.
Yeah.
But high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels. So when someone says, what do you suggest for high blood pressure? We get them on the kidney drops, because the kidney affects so much in the body. It's a lot of times it's your kidneys that cause them the problem.
Yeah, and you can see how that organ is so interwoven into the body's physiology. In other words, how the body functions in so many different areas. So if you have elevated blood pressure, if you have edema, if you have swollen ankles, or you have a litany of these conditions or symptoms, I mean, it's like suicide to go in and find out from the physician, well, listen, I want you to take this for that, and this medication for that, and this one for that, and then we'll see you in 2-3 months to see how you're doing. In the meantime, you just now became more and more toxic, and now you have a few more symptoms to share with your physician. So we are all about going to the root cause, and these stem cell activators are designed just to do that.
And a lot of people who are diabetic, one of the major issues that if you don't take care of your diabetes, your blood sugar numbers, it affects your kidneys. So a lot of people who are on dialysis are diabetic.
We've had people call, and they were either on a donors list, okay? Lori will probably share this in a minute or two, but we've had people that are on dialysis and come off dialysis taking the stem cell activator, the kidney stem cell activator. We've had people that are maybe having 2 or 3 treatments a week, end up going down to 1 treatment a week. It depends on the individual. It's not the same for everybody.
I have one lady who was supposed to go on dialysis. She was at 17%, and she was totally nervous.
Yeah, imagine.
And so she goes, I might as well try the activators. We said, give it 90 days. Give it at least 90 days to give it time to work. And she called back in two months. She was on it for 2 months, and she went from 17% up to 40%.
Wow.
And then her doctor said, you don't need to worry about dialysis anymore. And that's just one of the many testimonials.
Yeah.
But even your mother.
Yeah, but can you imagine the relief that woman had?
Yes.
When the doctor said, you don't need to go on dialysis.
Yeah, she was so excited.
What a relief, because that is not a very good protocol to be on. And if you can do anything to avoid it, avoid it. Let me share you a story about my mom. In fact, this was one of the main reasons, other than myself taking these and really learning how they work and experiencing myself personally, it was my mother. Now, mind you, this is when she's 90 years old. She is 90 years old. She's been a diabetic for 18 years, and her kidneys are failing. They're at 25%. And at that time, the doctor sat her down and said, you need to prepare your family and yourself about going on dialysis. Well,
she was scared.
Scared. She was
crying,
horrified.
Scared. She didn't want to go on dialysis.
And I said to her, Mom, I'm not going to let that happen. And I would never let a 90-year-old go on dialysis. The worst thing ever. But I said, Mom, I've got an activator. What's an activator? And I explained it to her, and I said, this one is for your kidney, and this one is for your pancreas, for your blood sugar and your diabetes. All I want you to do is take 20 drops a day, put it in the purified water on an empty stomach, and just do it every day. So 2, 3, 4 months went by. She goes back to her physicians, and they do the blood work, and she gets to go over with him, and she comes back, and she's elated.
So excited.
She's so excited. And I'm like, my heart's pounding, And she says, the doctor said, he said this, Helen, I don't know what's going on, but your kidneys are actually improving. Now this is a 90-year-old,
Yep.
okay? That's why I'm so convinced at that time, this is 4 years ago, how powerful these things are. And he says, let's just forego the whole idea of dialysis and see how you do. Well, he had no clue what she was doing. It was like some miraculous event took place. And then the physician that was handling her blood sugar control had to cut her insulin by 50%. 50%. Let me tell the rest of the story. I'll make it a short story. My mom passed away 2.5 years later, okay? But those 2.5 years that she lived, they weren't survival. She was washing her car in her driveway, 90-year-old, 91-year-old, and things like that. But she ended up with dementia and a stroke, and it was just complicated. And 2.5 years later, she passed. But when we were in the hospital, and I know you remember this here, the last 4 days of her prior to passing, you know, your vitals start shutting down. And so the internist that was working with her would do a blood draw every day, 24 hours, you know, and I would sit with him to go over it. And me, the eternal optimist, I'm giving my mom these activators for her kidneys because I'm thinking maybe we can, save her.
Yes.
And she doesn't know she's taking them. I'm having her sip it, you know, in the glass in the hospital. And anyway, I was going in there twice a day to do it for her. But anyway, he goes, the craziest thing, he says, in my whole career, he says, I have never, when a person's vitals are crashing prior to death, her kidneys are improving. Her numbers are coming down. They're up here at 5.28, then they're 4.7. They're dropped down into the threes, and she's dying. Well, what it told me, it was just reinforcement to me, is that these stem cell activators are extremely powerful, but they're very harmless. Yeah. They do not cause any side effects or allergic reactions. They don't have any intercontracations or interact with any medications or supplements. They're designed in a way and they're formulated in a way to line up with your physiology. That's why they're targeted. Like I said, in my mother's case, you know, there was she had the kidney issue, so we had a specific one for kidneys and the specific one for her pancreas. And we have like 27 of them to offer, but the point is, we are seeing these kind of reports and testimonials from people, and it just makes our job so wonderful, because if you have a parent or yourself, or a daughter or son facing kidney or maybe dialysis, that you have another option at your disposal. Because other than that, you're going to go down the same path we all have to do, and that's conventional medicine, which is limited to what it can offer you. So it might be something to consider. Hey, Laura, let me take a minute to let the people know how to get a hold of us. Call our home office at 1-800-259-2639. That's 1-800-259-2639. And you're going to talk to one of my body redesigning angels. I tell you what, they will take very good care of you. Or you can go to the website, bodyredesigning.com, bodyredesigning.com. And when you check in, remember we have 27 different stem cell activators to help you with your health.
And the other thing is, these are all natural. They're all plant-based. Yeah. They don't interfere with medications or supplements. They're easy to take, just drops every morning on an empty stomach.
Tell them what we recommend in the morning and that.
Just do 20 drops in about 2 ounces of purified water every morning on an empty stomach, and you just put little drops in the water, put it in your mouth for a few seconds, swish it around, swallow it, and wait 20 minutes.
What's the formula, the ratio?
20-20-20.
20-20-20.
Say that. And some people do it twice a day, so we have instructions that come with a package and everything and tells you. But if you have any questions, you always call our office, and all of the girls in our office will be happy to help you. Yep. But we have other testimonials with people who are looking on they were on a kidney transplant list. I mean, how scary is that? And so I've got a little testimonial here.
Yeah, that's a great one.
My daughter has kidney failure and was placed on a kidney donors transplant.
What a nightmare for the mom, right?
We heard about the stem cell activators and decided to try them for the kidneys. After 2 months of taking the KDN activator, kidney activator, the doctor said she could be taken off the kidney transplant list because of apparent improvement of her kidneys. Now with someone like that, I get a
Man.
lot of times people ask me, how long am I supposed to be on these? I go, I don't think she'll ever want to get off of these. Just like your mom.
Why ruin a good
Your
thing,
mom,
she say?
your mom would call and say, don't ever run out of these.
Yeah.
Don't ever tell me you don't have a bottle for me.
She'd say, Joey, why would I get off them? Why ruin a good thing?
But so certain people can get off of them if it's helping them, and then
Yeah.
the other people, if it's helping them so much, you don't want to go back on a transplant list, you know. So it's so different for every single person, but what a blessing that is for people who are so scared about dialysis or kidney transplants.
Yes. Horrible.
I mean, why not try something natural and just give it time?
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's just, to me, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and that's why I recommend or suggest three months minimum. You know, I know we want to be healthy or healed today, but consider your condition, you know, and how long, not only how long you've been dealing with this, but think about the money that you've been spending, going to the doctor on these doctor visits, your co-pays, paying for the medications and going to the pharmacy, the whole gamut, your time, the gasoline, the whole 9 yards. People say, well, you know, they what are these, about $50 a bottle,
Yeah.
right? And the thing is, well, that's a lot of money for a bottle. And I thought to myself, you know, if this will help your body heal itself, and all these symptoms that you've been living with and that are draining your life, that are taking away that quality of life that you and I want, if this can level the playing field for you, if it can go to the root cause, rejuvenate your stem cells start healing, in this case, your kidney tissue, and you don't have to go on dialysis, or you can come off dialysis, I would be doing this continually.
And the thing is, it's so simple. It's like, now with the kidneys, the biggest thing is going back to your doctor, get test results done.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to give it time. Minimum of 3 months to 6 months. Give it time to function and work. Go back and get tested. See your BUN numbers, your creatinine numbers, see your kidney function
That's
numbers.
the way to do, that's
If
the way
you're
to monitor it,
improving
yeah.
even a little bit, just stay on them. Stay on them, stay
Yeah.
on them, and just give them time to do its thing. Because if you're on medications, all it's going to do is cause more medications
Yeah,
to come.
more
They're going to
issues.
come.
Yeah.
Because it's a domino effect.
Yeah, yeah.
Why go that route when you can spend a little bit of money on something like this that's all natural? It doesn't interfere with anything, just easy to take. I mean, what a gift.
The results,
and a blessing.
the results
this is.
are incredible. So now that we talked about kidneys, talked about related issues, now the decision's up to you. And I'm not going to but encourage you to think through what you've learned. You've got more information. You can check the website and read more about it. You can get my book, Stem Cell Revolution, and it explains not only this, but much more information, including lifestyle stuff. But the key is becoming proactive. You know, if you can do this as a preventative measure, that's wonderful. But if you already have a condition, you can still take these and have the body repair itself through stem cell activation. So now the ball's in your court. It's up to you to make the decision.
If you would like to order our stem cell activators or Dr. Christiano's book, Stem Cell Revolution, please call 1-800-259-2639 or go to our website at bodyredesigning.com. And while there, you can click on the TV radio tab for all our shows.